Hello and welcome back to F1 Every Week. I am your host Ben Wevel, and today I'm going to be discussing all of the most recent F1 talking points prior to next Sunday's United States Grand Prix. Apart from the FIA's conclusion on the cost cap breach by Red Bull, which I talked about in depth in the last episode, which I will link down below. You can listen to the podcast on the streaming platform of your choice, including Spotify, YouTube and Apple Podcasts. But now, without further ado, let's get into episode 78. First up this week is news from Pierre which broke a few days after the Japanese Grand Prix. As I covered last weekend, the F1 world was sent into shock once more on Sunday, as during the red flag period following Carlos Sainz's retirement from the Grand Prix and the heavy increase in rain, Pierre Gasly, the final car to enter the pit lane after the flag was thrown, witnessed a tractor on the circuit to remove the stricken Sainz, a similar vehicle to the one which caused the death of Jules Bianchi in 2014 at the same circuit, Suzuka. Pierre, as well as many other well-respected members of the Formula One paddock, decried this lacklustre organisation from the marshals, which could have cost another life. Now, despite this shocking incident, it was revealed that the French driver, who will join Alpine next year, has been found speeding under red flag conditions, reaching a high of 251 kilometers per hour, which prompted the stewards to hand Gasly a drive-through penalty retrospectively, adding 20 seconds to his race, and dropping him from 17th to 18th. Alonso, Russell and Ricciardo all came out in support of Gasly, and even the FIA themselves acknowledged that the shock of seeing a truck on the racing line is likely to have prompted this increase in pace. But this ultimately did not affect the outcome of the decision. In my opinion, this is exceedingly harsh from the FIA, especially seeing that 2 points were added to the 2016 GP2 champion super license, bringing him up to 9 in the last 12 months. This is yet another example of the FIA being very stringent with their rules, which they've upheld to quite a great degree over the past few months, with no room for nuance. This almost feels akin to the unholy fuss caused by Lewis Hamilton's violation of the arbitrary pants and piercings rule earlier this year. Another talking point which will come away from this year, I think, is the lack of effective preparation from tracks making their return to the calendar, or even ones just getting back to full capacity in 2022. There have been a plethora of logistical issues, as well as a lack of crowd control, which have bubbled largely under the surface but have ruined the race weekend for many, such as in Spain and France, where we saw difficulties getting in and out of the circuit, as well as water supply. The Netherlands, in which flares were thrown onto the track on multiple occasions, and Austria, in which sexual harassment and racism were very prevalent during that weekend. Hopefully next year we'll see vast improvements in marshal and security training, which can improve the race weekends for fans and drivers alike. Finally this week, a number of drivers have had 2022 practice sessions announced. As the season's winding down, this is the perfect opportunity for young and upcoming drivers to make their FP1 debut. Logan Sargent has already been confirmed for Williams in FP1 next weekend at his home Grand Prix in the United States, and 2 more will join him. Firstly, Théo Pourchaire, who is currently second in the Formula 2 World Championship with 2 races remaining, will be travelling to Austin with Alfa Romeo. He has been part of the Sauber Young Drivers Academy since 2019 and will take the seat of Valtteri Bottas. Secondly, 2021 IndyCar champion Alex Palou will also make his F1 debut with McLaren at COTA, following his dramatic exit from Chip Ganassi Racing to the Woking-based team. Felipe Drugovich was to make a one-off performance in Abu Dhabi as part of his new reserve driver role with Aston Martin, this confirmed earlier this year, and he'll be joined by another McLaren Arrow IndyCar driver and dominant winner of the 2018 Indy Lights Series with Andretti, Pato O'Ward. It's really good to see an influx of young drivers represented somewhat in F1, especially from IndyCar, after the farcical denial of a super license by the FIA towards Colton Herta. I hope that we see a driver make the jump to the top echelon of motorsport in the very near future. Thank you for listening to F1 Every Week. Tune in next weekend for a review of the 2022 United States Grand Prix, and I will see you then.